Hey everybody, this is Paul Hardison from Naked Pirate Travels, here with another sort of Google Earth presentation for you that I think you're really going to like. What we have today is we're going to explore a part of the southern Bahamas that you probably don't know about, and this really is a place you should know about. And the reason for that is if you like nature, if you like unspoiled beauty of tropical islands, if you like natural wildlife, specifically birds, if you like communities that are friendly and welcoming, a non-crowded environment, great water, this is something I think you're gonna like. And so let's carry on and dive into Anagua in the southern Bahamas. We do have customizable travel to Anagua that hopefully you'll be interested in, because this really is a gem, and we're really fortunate to have direct contacts there with people who basically run the island, and it's just really a wonderful partnership that we've been able to develop. So let's go ahead and get started here. So we're going to zoom in on Anagua, and Anagua consists of two islands, Great Anagua and Little Anagua. So as you can see, I would imagine Great Anagua is the bigger island right there in the middle of the screen, and Little Anagua is in the upper right part of the screen. Now, Great Anagua has about 900 people living there, more or less, and Little Anagua is not populated at all. The only way you can get to Little Anagua is by boat. However, Great Anagua, you can get it there by air and boat, so it's not a problem traveling there. And it is really a nature lover's delight that you're really going to like. So we're going to go through the main features of the islands and why this really is not only a beautiful location, but a great place to live. Now, you fly into Great Anagua International Airport. They do have an airport nearby the primary town, which is called Matthew Town, which was built in about 1844 to 1848. So we're zooming in from the airport. Just a little bit south is Matthew Town, which is on the west coast of Great Anagua. That is where you would stay, and there are various hotels and resorts there, very tropical, very what you would expect by the ocean. Now, one of the residences or accommodations that we have access to is Red Knot Manor, and you can see it right there. It's right on the coast, and this is basically a house that can accommodate 6 people, so you can reserve the entire house. You can reserve a room just like a hotel, for example, but you have a absolutely great location there right on the water. And you see right across the street to the south is actually another residence that we can where you can stay for 4 people. So there are other places to stay in Anagua also, but this is really a prime location, really the only waterfront hotels that are available. Now let's zoom up, and our next stop is going to be to the Great Anagua Lighthouse. The Great Anagua Lighthouse was built back in 1870. It's still operational. You can see right up there to the north. There's a restaurant, bar, and grill also. And something that you could do there is you can climb to the top of the lighthouse. You'll get probably the best view of the island. That's probably the highest point on the island. And get to see some real history of the island. And we're really fortunate. I mentioned we have a partnership with people who live in Anagua. That is Stephen Fox and Patty Fox. Stephen Fox is pretty much the resident historian. He's a former mayor and harbor master. He is really the knowledge of the history of Anagua, and we are really fortunate to be working with him and Patty, who also works at the health facility on the island. And these people would be the best neighbors you could possibly have. People really take care of each other. They're very friendly, they're very authentic, and it's just really a wonderful partnership that we have with them. As you can see again, you got the restaurant right up there to the north. And let's zoom out, and now let's go to just a couple of other restaurants I picked out. There are a dozen or more restaurants around, so you're not going to have any problem finding anything to eat. Sepagal, and then the Island Web Cafe, the Island Duck Web Cafe, but there's other restaurants. Get some good Caribbean food though, you know, some jerk food. It's fresh seafood, so yeah, you're gonna like that if you like that kind of food. But now let's zoom out and let's go to the middle of the island, and you can see there's a big interior lake called Lake Rosa. And Lake Rosa is home to thousands and thousands and thousands of West Indian flamingos, more than 80,000 between the two islands. This is one of the highlights of people who do birding on the islands. The West Indian flamingo was almost extinct at one time, but it has been repopulated. The bird's thriving and is having a really, really good time. And you can do a lot of birding experiences there. There are actually a flamingo tour you can do, and you can do a birding tour of the entire island. And so when I mentioned the really nature and wildlife aspects of this, this is one of the highlights. Another really interesting thing about Inagua is it's home to the Morton Salt Company. They operate the world's second largest solar salt operation on Inagua, so it's one of the main employers there, and so it's just one of the ways salt is made, and it gets from Inagua to, you know, maybe your kitchen. And let's see. So most of Inagua, actually, the most eastern part is Inagua National Park. It's pristine, it's untouched. There really are no developments in that part of the island, so it's pretty much unspoiled territory the way it's supposed to be. Now let's zoom over to Little Inagua Island right here. Little Inagua Island is also the whole island is a national park, and as I mentioned before, the only way you can get there is by boat. So people go there for snorkeling, people go there's also birds there, so you can certainly do that. So other interesting tidbits about Inagua that I want to share with you. Birds, there are many unique species that live on the islands. The West Indian whistling duck, the Bahama parrot, Kirtland's warbler. There's a very rare heron that lives there. And there is the Inagua woodstar, which is a hummingbird. The islands are also well known for sport fishing. Sport fishing is year-round. There's deep-sea fishing, reef fishing, fly fishing, the types of fish that you can try to get, like wahoo, tuna, bonefish, snapper, sailfish. In Lake Rosa, you can fish for tarpon. So there's plenty of fishing. The best fishing for different fish is at different times of the year, but there's something any time of the year. Fun fact about Inagua, they have a couple of festivals on the island. In the first Monday in August of every year, they have a cultural festival called Homecoming. This is when they celebrate the abolition of slavery in the Bahamas, which took place back in 1834. Also, they have a seafood fest. They have a heritage and salty festival. So these are great community events that you can get together and have a good time and really celebrate island life on Inagua. Also, there are some feral animals on the islands. There are cats, there are cows, there are pigs, as you would expect. There certainly is also other wildlife. So again, this is really a nature lover's delight that if that's you, then you would really enjoy this. Also, it's a very laid back, relaxed atmosphere. So if you want to get away from it all, this is certainly a great place for you to go. Now, what we offer at Naked Pirate Travels is we have customizable packages that you can develop with us. It includes accommodations, it includes birding tours, snorkeling tours, fishing tours. You can sort of a la carte pick what you want when you go. We can accommodate up to 10 people, so groups up to 10 people, as small as one. If only you want to go by yourself, that's perfectly good. And I should say, getting to Inagua is by Bahama Airline. You would fly into Nassau, and then from Nassau you would fly on Bahama Air to Inagua. Currently, there are only 2 flights a week on Monday and Friday. Once the pandemic is over, they're probably going to add a 3rd flight, and so we just have to coordinate that a little bit. But it's affordable. It is really a unique experience. It's nature at its best. It's people at its best. And we really think we're just very fortunate to be able to offer this to you. So if you have any questions, please give us a call at 1-800-983-3652. You can send us an email at travel@nakedpiratetravels.com. Visit us on Facebook, also Naked Pirate Travels, and we look forward to sharing Inagua with you. Thanks.